Greetings, guys, gals, non-binary pals, and welcome back to another video. Something that we are all far too aware of is the fact that women very often tolerate way too much disrespect from their male partners by turning like disrespect into jokes and into, you know, this thing that people just like laugh about. There's a lot of people who post stuff on TikTok and on the internet, whatever, you know, we see it in my Other Straight's Okay videos of like people posting being like, lol, my husband is like my extra child. Haha, my husband does this. He never helps out. Men, am I right? Like, we have normalized it to the point where it's just an expectation where if you enter a relationship with a man, you are going to be disrespected. You are going to be carrying the weight of the relationship and every single task that exists. You're going to get very little help. You are going to just kind of be settling. You're never going to be 100% happy because that's just the way that it is. That's the way that men are. And it's been normalized everywhere. Everywhere you look, it's people being like, yeah, men are the worst, and that's okay. We really need to stop doing that. And one of the times where this is the most frustrating is when there are kids involved. And especially what I'm going to be focusing on today, when there is a baby involved, when a woman gives birth and suddenly, you know, the dynamic of the relationship changes, or like men really show their true colors in this instance and it's, you know, a bit late to take it back, you know, have a baby and there's nothing you can do about it, and suddenly you're made aware of the lack of support that your partner has, or even you've known the whole time and are joking about it now. And it pisses me off beyond belief. So, you know, if you want to sit here and get mad at some like men who just like don't deserve anything, this video is for you. And if you enjoy this video, please do not forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 500k subscribers by the end of the year, so I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And yeah, let's get into the nightmare. To start with, there are a bunch of TikToks where women are posting their experiences when they were like in the delivery room, when they were in hospital, how their partners reacted. And this is the first one that I saw, which is late night finds, but it's just me in labor completely alone because my husband wanted to go home so he could shower and rest. This frustrates me. This upsets me so much because it's like, your wife is in hospital going through one of the most like painful and like traumatic experiences a person can go through. Like, she is in hospital so that she can birth your baby. She is like bringing new life, like a whole person into this world, and she doesn't have any choice in anything. She can't like go home and relax. She can't have a shower. She can't do anything other than sit there and be in pain. And I feel like, as not only the father of the baby that is about to be birthed, but as the partner of the woman who is doing that, like, you should be there and you should be, you know, supporting her and like just staying by her side. I understand that you might be tired. I promise I get it. She is too. And she deserves the support of her partner. And if you aren't providing that for her, fuck you, maybe. I don't get how anything is your priority outside of this. The birth of your child should be your number one top priority above anything else. You drop anything that's happening right now, short of like you're a heart surgeon in the middle of heart surgery, you drop everything and you go and you are with her during that process. Why would you not want to be? Why is your like rest in a shower a priority over being supportive in this instant and like possibly like missing the birth of your fucking child? I just don't get how your priorities can be anything else. On top of this, you know, I talked about a lot of posts like this last time where it really went into the amount of men who don't go to the birth of their child because they're busy cheating on their partners, which is, oh my god. This time though, I want to mention that there is a trend around this topic of like women giving birth and how their partners react. There is a trend where women post about their partners passing out during the birthing process. There's a bunch of women who are like, yeah, my husband passed out. He couldn't handle it and he fainted while I was giving birth, and then I was left there by myself giving birth. There are a lot of people who respond to this by saying like, you know, if that happens, you should leave your husband. That's not an okay thing to do. How dare he like make that about himself? Like, you're suffering and he's there passing out. Like, you should leave him. That's not okay. And in this instance, I am not on your side for that. I don't think we should be punishing people for the way their bodies react to things. Like, if you pass out because of that, like that, you didn't choose to do that. You chose to be there for the birth of your child, and then like, you know, your body reacted in that way. I'm someone whose body reacts in sympathy all the time. If I see someone's eyes look sore, I start crying. If someone else throws up, I throw up. I throw up regularly for seemingly no reason at all. Like, sometimes your body is going to react in a specific way and there's nothing that you can do about it. And I don't think they deserve to be punished for it. I think that you are valid in being upset and frustrated that it happened. But I think that like, if that happens, it happens. However, I think that there is a line here in which it's okay to pass out, but it's not okay if then you use that to be the center of attention, such as this video that really, oh my God, it grated on me. It pissed me off so bad. All right, look, watch this. It just says, when you just gave birth and are wondering where all the nurses went, and she's like, you know, lying in bed, and it flashes over to her husband and it says, my husband who couldn't handle watching. And he's lying down. He's got like a cold cloth in his head. He's like talking to a nurse, and supposedly, you know, the nurses and things who are like watching over her and being her support people are now instead going and surrounding him and making sure he's okay and checking on him. No. Like, listen, I get if someone passes out, you need to make sure they're okay. Sure, you can have one of the many nurses go over and be like, are you doing good? Are you fine? Cool. Here's a cloth. Let me know if you need anything. And then like leave him and go back and focus on, you know, the person who's giving birth and the reason you're here. And if this man, if your husband is lying there, is surrounded by nurses and is having a conversation with them and like, you know, being all chill and smiley and like talking and obviously is very okay, and his response isn't, you know, stop talking to me and worrying about me, go check on my wife and make sure she's okay. If his response is not to tell everyone around him to fuck off and look after you, then I have an issue. Then I have a problem. This isn't about him. He's not the center of attention here. He doesn't get to steal the attention of the medical staff. This isn't about him. And like, if he is okay with stealing that attention, I don't like him. I don't know. He shouldn't be doing that. His reaction should absolutely be sending them away and telling them to go look after you. He should not want that attention on himself. He should be wanting you to be the center of everything. He can like lie over there and recover after passing out. Sure. He should want to be by himself as to not take anything away from you in that moment. And the fact that he's just like lying there having a conversation and like staying with the nurses and not sending them away and like acting as though he is the most important person in this instance, that pisses me off. That pisses me off so bad. Not okay. Not cool. Very selfish. He's not the victim here. He's not the one suffering. He passed out. He'll be fine. But the worst hospital story that I encountered in this dive, the worst hospital story that I came across whilst planning this video is this one. POV, you just gave birth and can't get up because you're in pain and your baby's father is snoring so loud he can't hear you trying to wake him up. And once he finally woke up, you asked him to help you pick up the baby and he said he can't because he had a headache. He also kept asking the nurses if they can give him my Tylenol. They said no, and I ended up giving him my pain meds anyway, even though I was in pain from a 2nd-degree tear. So like, if you need help finding a good spot in the woods or something, like let me know and I will be at your door with whatever you need. If you need like to find a really good like hole somewhere or like, you know, a lake in the middle of nowhere, just like let me know and I'll be there. I'll be there for you, because what the fuck? What the fuck? Why was he even there? Why did he even show up? Truly, what was the point in him being there? If he shows up for the birth of his child and then, you know, when you need help looking after your baby because you're in pain and like can barely move, and he's like, no, but I have a headache and I'm just gonna stay here and I'm gonna sleep. And also, can I have your pain medication? I know you just pushed a human out of your vagina and like but like I have a headache and so I would really like your pain medication and then to go to sleep because I'm really struggling and life is really hard. Smother him with your pillow. Like fucking Jesus Christ. I cannot believe there are people who are like this. I cannot believe the fact that there are men who truly just are out there and acting like this and thinking that they are the most important person in the world. Why are you here? What was the purpose in you showing up? What the fuck? How dare you? How fucking dare you? The audacity to be asking the nurses, not even for like a paracetamol or an ibuprofen or like something, but specifically asking for your partner's medication. Like he's being like, can I have her pain medication? Because I have a headache. So obviously I need it more. Can I have hers? Can you give me her medicine? I really need to emphasize just how horrific and fucked up this is. How fucking dare you? You will all be pleased to know though that she gave the baby her last name and then immediately left him. Props to her. I'm so glad she acted so fast because so many women do just tolerate this and go like, well, it is what it is. At least he showed up. Like, I'm so fucking glad she was like, no, absolutely the fuck not. And she left him immediately. I wish more people acted that fast and did that because that is exactly what you should be doing. On the hospital style videos and how dads react in these hospital settings, there is a whole genre of TikTok where like midwives and birthing doctors and nurses, I don't know the proper name for them, make TikToks and say like real things that I've heard dads say in the delivery room. And they are the most angering things I've ever read. Oh my God. If you want to get like murderous and feel your blood boil, then stick around for right now because that's what's gonna happen. Inappropriate comments baby daddies have said in the delivery room turned into inspirational quotes. Wake me when the baby gets here. I'm tired. Rolls over, puts covers overhead, and slept through the birth of his baby. How do you sleep through that? Firstly, I don't think giving birth is a quiet affair. How are you sleeping through that? That feels like you aren't actually asleep and you're just pretending so you don't have to be involved. And that's so fucked up. Why are you there? Right? Like, if you are complaining about it taking too long, imagine how your partner feels. Like, imagine how she is feeling right now. And you're just gonna be like, oh, this is taking too long. I'm gonna go to sleep. How fucking dare you do that? Oh my God. You're meant to be her support person. And instead you decide to sleep through the entire thing and not be there for her at all. Fuck you. Patient's baby daddy as patient is pushing. Do you guys do DNA tests here? My mom wants me to do one before we leave. If your partner asks to do a DNA test when your baby is born, then like you shouldn't be with them. They obviously don't trust you. And if you are listening to your mother asking that because your mother doesn't trust your partner, like why don't be choosing your mother over your partner in this situation? Tell your mom to fuck off. If your mom is implying that your partner has cheated on you and the baby isn't yours, tell your mom to fuck off and that's crossing a boundary. Don't then be like, yeah, right, I'll ask. Fuck you, maybe. That's so inappropriate. Why would you say that? What are you doing? I hope once again that he was left on the side of the road and she drove away without him. None of these men deserve to be fathers or in relationships. Like at all. Oh my God. Call me when you're about to have the baby. I'm gonna go with blank to the bar and watch the game. This is the worst one, actually. You know, the other ones like leaving to go home and like go to sleep and have a shower or like, you know, lying in the bed and sleeping through the birth. Those are obviously quite bad. Saying you want to leave so you can go to the bar and watch a game? I hope you go and you get lost. Or like maybe you go and you get struck by lightning on the way. I think that would be fair. I think that like walking to the bar and being struck down by lightning, I think that that's a valid way for this to go. What the fuck? Why would you ask that? Why would you say that? Why would that be on the mind? How is a game, like a sports match, a priority over your partner giving birth to your child? What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh my God. I think you should just get a C-section. This is taking too long. Did you know that a C-section involves cutting her open and removing all of her organs and putting them in dishes on a table and then taking the baby out? Did you know that that's a really invasive procedure that has a really long healing time and also can be very dangerous? It's also not a quick procedure. As far as I'm aware, that doesn't take 5 minutes. But like imagine like asking your partner to go through that because you're feeling inconvenienced right now. And obviously birthing someone is also very difficult, but suggesting it like major surgery just because you're feeling impatient, truly, why are so many men saying bullshit like this? Why are they so impatient? Like, yeah, it takes a long time. She's pushing a human out of her body. What's wrong with you? Sew an extra stitch down there for me, doc. We want everything just the way it was before all of this. Put an extra stitch down there so everything's back the way it was. Die. This video is gonna get demonetized. I've threatened violence too many times. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry at all. People who ask that, and this is a common thing. There are a bunch of videos that are like things that dads have said, and the amount of times that it's men being like, throw in an extra stitch. Give me the husband stitch. I will throw up on you. We are absolutely not tolerating this behavior. Holy shit. I hate that these men think that they have the right to dictate what you can do to their partner's bodies. Like, you are asking to modify her body so it is like better for you sexually. Like, she has just given birth and your first thought is sex and how that's going to feel for you, and so you want to modify her body without her consent because you aren't asking her, you are asking the doctor directly. You are asking to modify her body without her consent in a way that benefits you. Go to hell. Men have nothing but the fucking audacity. How long is this gonna take? I have plans this weekend. You cannot have your partner be giving birth and then have plans that weekend. You don't have plans for the next couple of weeks. Sorry, you don't. Parents need time for themselves, obviously. You don't neglect yourself when you have kids. You need to look after yourself. It's good to have plans and like maintain friendships and whatever. But when you have a newborn, fresh out of the womb baby, you don't have plans. You don't have plans. Maybe you have plans for your family to come and see the baby. You have plans to go. That's kind of it. And you're especially not mentioning that you do because you want to get out of the birthing room and go to them right now. After the nightmare that is dads in the hospital while their partners are giving birth, you have dads postpartum. You have the baby and now, you're going home and you have a new dynamic. These women are now mothers and their partners are now fathers and they've got to adjust to this new life. And let's have a look at how some of these dads are holding up with this new role. When you ask your husband to hold the baby so you can get some stuff done, and she's like putting away clothes and he's holding the baby right next to her. She's on the toilet. He's holding the baby next to her. Brushing her teeth. He's holding the baby next to her. Putting away laundry. He's holding the baby next to her. And then she's going out in the car and he runs after her with the baby and is telling her to stop. Like, don't leave, don't leave, don't leave me. Don't leave me with the baby. And this is the worst part about this is that this is like a trend. There are dozens, possibly hundreds of videos that are exactly like this. Women being like, can you hold the baby for a minute? I've got to do some stuff. And it's just the men holding the babies right next to them. It's them just being like, I have the baby. It's right next to you in your face while you're trying to do stuff. But like, look, do you want to take it? Do you want to take the baby? You're not allowed personal space or any moments away from the baby at all. I am incapable of spending alone time with our child. You have to be there. I don't know how to do this. I don't want to do this. It's your responsibility to look after the baby. I think the most frustrating part of this trend as well is that so many of the things that these women are doing are literally like either basic self-care tasks like using the toilet, brushing their teeth, having a shower, or they're like tasks like folding the laundry or cooking a meal. Like, none of this stuff is like, reading a book or listening to music or like doing anything leisurely. It's just, can you look after the baby while I look after myself or look after you and our house? And that makes me so mad. Like, you aren't even giving her time to do basic self-care tasks, and you also aren't offering to do the house tasks. Like, you are expecting her to look after the baby 24/7 and also do other tasks. You cannot have both of those things. Either you hold the baby while she does the stuff, or you do the stuff while she holds the baby. You cannot be there being like, look, the baby's right here. I'm in your walls. Like, she may as well be a single parent at that point. Like, you're doing nothing. What are you here for? What are you doing? Are you really that incapable of spending any time with your baby alone? Are you really that incapable of doing that? Do you really need your partner to be holding the baby 24/7 so you can go do whatever the fuck you want to do? And like, I get that it's a skit. It's a joke, right? It's like, don't take it too seriously. It's just a skit. This isn't what's actually happening. But it's like, skits and jokes are based in reality, right? Like, why is it funny? Because I don't find that funny. What's funny about it? The thing that's funny about it, and the joke they're making, is that men are incapable of looking after their babies. Women are expected to do everything. You can't leave a baby alone with a man because all they do is follow you around and want you to look after the baby. Like, that is the joke. I meant to laugh at the fact that men are incapable of looking after their own children, and that they, like, are selfish to the point where they won't let their partners do anything and have any alone time. Like, that's not funny to me. I don't find anything about that funny. Tell me why you find it funny and why it's so normalized. Like, the fact that there are so many of these videos, and a lot of them are going to be initiated by the women being like, this is so funny. This is funny. This is so real. Like, stop normalizing that behavior. Like, it's not normal, or it is normal, but it shouldn't be normal. Right? Like, this isn't what we should be accepting. The more we post these things and are like, lol, so true, so funny, the more people are going to be doing it and tolerating it. The more that you are enabling men and saying to men, like, this is normal, this is okay, this is what women expect and is what we'll put up with. And the more you are telling women, like, this is normal, this is okay, this is what to expect, this is what you should put up with. We need to stop with that. We need to stop normalizing men being absolutely useless fathers and not helping out, and women not getting any time for themselves with their mothers, because that's not okay. When I asked him to watch the baby for a sec, and she's coming into the lounge and her partner is sitting on the couch watching TV, and their baby is lying underneath a glass table on FaceTime with their granddad. So, you know, the baby's under the glass table, the phone is face down with FaceTime on it while he's sitting on the couch and watching TV. And a lot of the comments were sort of being like, I was gonna be mad, but then I realized that, you know, this is actually really innovative. This is like quite clever. The baby is being watched technically. Like, this is actually really clever. And I'm like, is the baby in active danger? No. I suppose not. It's not like the baby is capable of sitting up and whacking its head and there's nothing that can fall on it or anything. However, the problem really comes into effect here when you take into consideration the fact of, like, can you really not spend one moment with your baby? Is, like, watching TV really that much more important to you than spending any time holding your baby? Like, you are capable of holding a baby while you watch TV. That's something that is fully within the realm of capabilities. You are able to hold your baby and watch TV. You're able to hit pause on the TV or turn the TV off for a minute and like interact with your baby. Like, you expect your partner to do all the time. Like, you see how your partner, like, is holding the baby, interacting with the baby, looking after the baby. She asks you to do that for like 2 minutes, and the first thing you do is put the baby on the floor so you can watch TV and not think about them or worry about them. Why are you here? Why are you here? What is your purpose in this relationship? Because you're not being a dad, contributing to the enrichment of your child. This is such a normal thing as well. There's a lot of like, I asked my husband to hold the baby for a minute, and it's like putting them just down in places where they don't have to watch them properly. They don't have to pay that much attention to them. The weaponized incompetence of it is like so frustrating. And again, it's like normalizing that idea of like, if you leave a baby alone with a man, he's not going to watch it. Like, you just have to expect that, and that's normal, and it's funny, and like, you shouldn't leave your kid alone with a man because he's going to be useless, so don't even do it. It's not normal. That's not funny. It's not cute. He should be capable of spending time with your fucking baby. It's his baby too. Oh my God. Please don't put up with this bullshit. There's another one like this that really fucking pissed me off even more. This is not with a newborn. This is with 4 young kids, like from toddler to like, I don't know, 6 or 7 maybe. And it says, I asked my husband to spend some quality time with our kids while I went to the grocery. And it's these kids running along the back of the couch and like jumping around and playing while their dad is asleep on the other couch. this is so unacceptable. Like, you can't just be doing that. You cannot be told that you are in charge of 4 young kids and then what you do is you go to sleep. These kids are not at an age where they are capable of looking after themselves. They are not able to make, like, you know, safe decisions. They are currently jumping on the back of a couch where it is so easy for them to fall and hit their head. And if you are able to lie there and sleep through the noise that they are making while they're like running around and screaming and playing and laughing, and you're able to sleep through that, how do you expect to wake up if one of them gets hurt? Like, so many things could happen here. The kids are capable of a lot. Firstly, they can choke on just about anything. They can fall and hit their head. They could start a fucking fire. You are neglecting to look after your kids in a situation where they need to be looked after, in a situation where you have been asked to look after your kids. You know for a fact that their mother would never do this. You know for a fact that when you go out, because I know that you do, she is going to be actively watching these kids. She's going to know where they are and what they're doing and giving them the attention that they require. She would never fall asleep. And you know that she is not going to tolerate that. The weaponized incompetence here, once again, is so fucked up. Like, you know that you're not meant to go to sleep while you're watching the kids. You know that all this is going to do is make your partner not leave you alone with the kids again. You know she's not going to ask you to look after the kids again. And now she's got to take on even more responsibility because you also probably don't want to go get the groceries either. You know, she's now not allowed to take any time for herself or any breaks because she knows that if she leaves you alone with the kids, she can't trust you to look after them. You are willing to risk the safety of your children specifically so you can get out of looking after your own kids. Not even while she was gone to do anything like fun. Like, she was out doing a task. She was out getting food for him to eat. And he's like, I'm going to punish you for this. Absolutely not. This is not okay at all. Endangering your kids to punish your partner for making you look after your own kids. Unacceptable on every single level. POV, you ask your husband to watch the baby so you can nap because you're exhausted from being up all night, and instead he brings him right back to you 2 minutes later and decides to nap in front of you. I need a moment to calm down because what the fuck? The level of disrespect in this is disgusting. This is the single most I don't care about what you need, I am more important bullshit that I have ever seen. You need a nap. You need some time for yourself because you have been looking after your baby constantly with seemingly quite little help. So you give your baby to the father of said baby because you need to sleep, because you haven't been able to, because you've been looking after this baby. And his response is to be like, oh, that sounds nice. Hand you your baby back and then go to sleep right next to you where you've said you need to sleep. Leave while he's sleeping. Take the baby, walk out. When he wakes up, you're not there anymore. And then you never go back. Because how fucking dare he? The audacity of this behavior. They know this isn't okay. There's not a chance they think that this is going to be something that you know, understand or like think is okay. Like, they know that this is going to piss you off. He knows this isn't an okay thing to do, but he also knows that you're going to tolerate it. He also knows that now you're just going to sacrifice your own sleep because if you don't, like, he's going to be useless. What else can you do? Like, the absolute lack of regard for her feelings or her needs or anything at all. Like, I just don't get why you would have a newborn baby, firstly, that you don't want to spend any time with, that you are incapable of spending alone time with, that you don't want to spend alone time with, and you have a partner who desperately needs rest and some time alone, and you want to ruin that. Like, you want to take that away from her. She has a need that needs to be met, and you are constantly saying that you are more important. Your wants come before her needs. And that is never okay. The level of priority is like, you know, when you're making decisions for yourself. If you have a kid, your kid comes first every time, right? But outside of that, your needs and your partner's needs or anyone's needs, your needs and someone's needs, they're on the same level. But you take care of yourself first. So you prioritize your needs. That's not selfish. That's just like, you know, like how you should be living your life. Your wants and your partner's needs come first. Your wants don't matter if someone needs something. You prioritize their needs over your wants. If you are prioritizing your wants over their needs, that is you being selfish. And in this instance, her time and like that nap, that is something that she needs. She needs that space. You want a nap. You want to have alone time. She needs that shit. And you know that. And you know that this is selfish. And you know that this is disrespectful. And yet you do it anyway. And you know she's going to take it because we've been taught that this is what to expect, right? And it goes back to what I was saying at the beginning and like multiple times throughout this of like the posting about this as though it's normal and funny, and all the comments are like, lol, yeah, my husband does this too. Yeah, just men for you. Like, we need to fucking stop that. You know, it's that thing of like, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. People are saying like, it's just how men are. It's just what they're like. And it's like, it's just what they're like because they're taught that that's okay. It's just what they're like because they've been told their whole lives that women will accept that women will laugh it off. You're normalizing accepting this behavior and you're normalizing them doing this as well. We need to stop that, you know, call them out for this. Don't accept that. Don't settle for this bullshit. Like, as soon as we stop constantly posting about how this is a normal thing, as soon as we stop talking about men as though they are incapable children that their wives have to raise, and we like start saying that that's not okay, and we stop turning it into jokes, and we stop talking about how normal that is and that's just what to accept, it'll happen less men will be like that because less women will tolerate it. You've just got to stop tolerating bullshit. Call it out for what it is. Break the fucking cycle. It's not cute. It's not funny. This isn't okay. If someone is treating you like this and is completely disregarding your needs, that's not okay. Men acting this way is not okay. It is not normal. You deserve so much better than that. You shouldn't spend your entire relationship tired. Parenting is a two-person job. It is an equal partnership. You are partners. You both have needs that need to be met. And if yours are not being met, then like it's not working. And I need people to understand that, and I need people to believe that. Like, you are worth so much more than that. And it is possible to have more than that. In saying that, I'm going to do something that I don't normally do, because while I was looking through all these TikToks, I encountered a few that were like really positive experiences, right? And I just wanted to share what should be normal. I wanted to share a couple of TikToks here of the way that some men act in these situations to really enforce the idea of like, this is what should be normal. All right? We're gonna watch those. When everyone comes to see the baby, but your husband sees you and he's there and he's, you know, wiping her face, brushing her hair, helping her get into the like pregnancy diapers that they wear, like helping her get dressed and just being supportive and like helping her and making sure that she is okay, because, you know, giving birth is a very traumatic and difficult thing for you to go through, both like mentally and also physically. Like, it has broken your body in a way and you need that support, and you should be able to rely on your partner to give you that support. What my husband did for me after I gave birth: cleaned our house while I recover, spend quality time with both of our babies so I can rest, put babies to nap, bedtime, and shower, made sure to feed me and his kids, or order us food if he didn't have time. And he did all of this while still having to go to work. There's a few other videos and things that are like this of like, yeah, you know what, like husbands and things helping their wives into their like the things that they need and like looking after them and their health and their bodies, and then contributing around the house and doing all the things that she's unable to do, like because she's just gone through something incredibly traumatic. And it's so upsetting because like this energy is, the comments are always full of like, you're so lucky, this is incredible, how do you find a man like this, where do I find one of these, this is fantastic, this is so great, I love to see it. And it's so sad because this should be the standard. This is not going above and beyond. This is being a partner. This is being a parent. This is what you should be doing. And I know for a fucking fact That in those other ones of all that weaponized incompetence bullshit where the men are like holding the baby, following her around, having a nap in front of, I know that if it was reversed and he had gone through major surgery or something and come home, she would drop everything and do everything for him. And it's the fact that you see that he would not do the same in return, you know, and like partnerships are equal. This is how they are meant to be. This is what it's supposed to be. And I hope that we get to a point where the comments on videos like this aren't things like, this is incredible. Wish more people were like this. I want this to just be a normal thing that you expect. I want this to be what comes up when people ask what happens in the delivery room and like how new dads act. I need this to be normalized and I need the other to be villainized because this is how it should be. And if you are in any sort of like relationship presently where like have to worry about how your partner is going to act if you have a kid, if you even have a doubt in your mind that like this is not how they'll act, then it's not the partnership you should be in. And you should go out and search for more. You should be so sure and certain that in your relationship, your partner is going to be there for you and is going to do this for you because it is what not only you deserve, but it is what you need. If your partner is not meeting your needs, then it's not a relationship that you should be in. You know, the only problem with this last TikTok was he's still going to work, and that's not a fault of his own. That's a fault of the government that I think really needs to be fixed, especially in the US. Parental leave over there is horrific and fucked up, and like for a country that says they care a lot about the nuclear family, they are so capitalistic to the point where they force you back to work after only 4 weeks and dads don't get paternal leave. Like fuck that. I would love to see that change, but obviously that's not going to. I think that both parents should be able to get time off work and to get paid, and it should be for at least a year. But again, no fault of his own. That's just a separate complaint that pisses me off that people have to work while going through this. But yeah, be with someone who cares for you. And if you are feeling taken advantage of, or like you are a single parent, or like you are having to like do everything and like raise your partner and look after them as like, you know, then I hope that you realize that that's not okay and it's not normal, and you are able to like leave and find someone who actually values you and treats you as an equal human being and a partner. Don't be with people who don't meet your needs. It is better to be single than to be with someone like this. It is better to be alone than to be with someone who does not respect you or treat you well. I promise. I so promise. I hope you enjoyed this video, and by that I mean I hope you're sitting there raging as much as I am. And if you did, again, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I am here a couple of times a week, and I would love to see you again. A huge thank you to my Kiwi Cat patrons: Aurora, Sienna, Alicia, Mirielle, Bree, Bay the Trucker, Chastity, Beckett, Prismatic Petey, Sushi, Uh-Oh, It's Crigolo, Phil the Duck, River, Queen Glimmer, Ella, Mr. Noodle, Radsack, Knitting Menace, Samuel, Chris, Ellie, Alexis, and Bobby. I love and appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. Keep fighting. I love you. Mwah. When you close your eyes, you